There's someone in your life. Maybe it's a friend, a colleague, or even you, someone who seems completely at peace being single. They don't swipe endlessly. They don't chase dates. They don't feel anxious about being alone. And honestly, it confuses us. We live in a world obsessed with finding the one. So when someone stops looking, we assume something's wrong. They're bitter. They've given up. They're afraid. But what if we're looking at this completely wrong? What if stopping the chase is actually a sign of psychological strength, not weakness? Today on Mental Compass, we're exploring the psychology of people who stop chasing love and why their mindset might be the healthiest approach to relationships most of us will ever see. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this shift happens, what it reveals about emotional intelligence, the real benefits of this mindset, and how you might benefit from adopting it yourself. Let's start with the psychology behind the shift. People don't stop chasing love because they're broken. They stop because they've become aware. Think about the pattern most of us live in. We meet someone, feel that rush of excitement, and suddenly our mood depends on a text message. Our self-worth gets tangled up in whether they like us back. We compromise our values, our time, our peace, all for the possibility of love. And then it falls apart, or it becomes toxic, or we realize we were never really compatible. Here's the psychological turning point. After enough cycles of this, something shifts. The person doesn't become cold or bitter. They become conscious. They notice the anxiety that comes with seeking approval from someone else. They notice the pattern of choosing the wrong people. They notice the emotional exhaustion of constant pursuit. They notice the way they lose themselves in relationships. And they make a choice, not a desperate one, a deliberate one. I'm stepping back. This isn't giving up. It's emotional awareness. It's recognizing that chasing love without clarity is like running on a treadmill, exhausting and going nowhere. Instead, they turn inward. They focus on growth, their passions, their goals, and most importantly, their own emotional stability. Here's the key insight. People with this mindset understand something most of us take years to learn. Happiness cannot be dependent on someone else's affection. It has to come from within. So what kind of people make this choice? Are they all loners, traumatized, cold? Actually, no. They often share specific traits. First, they have high self-awareness. They can recognize their own patterns. They think critically about what they want and why they want it. Most people never do this. Second, they have emotional independence. They don't tie their self-worth to someone else's validation. This is rare and it's powerful. Third, they're introspective. They're comfortable being alone with their thoughts. This isn't loneliness, it's clarity. They use solitude to reflect and grow. Fourth, they're intentional. They make deliberate choices rather than reactive ones. Every investment of their emotional energy is purposeful. Fifth, they have resilience. Many have experienced heartbreak or rejection, but instead of jumping into another relationship to numb the pain, they process it and grow from it. Here's what's important to understand. These traits aren't genetic, they're developed. That's the real insight. These people didn't start out this way. They became this way through conscious effort and reflection. This is exactly the kind of psychological strength we should all want to build. Now, here's where this gets really interesting. When you stop chasing love and start investing in yourself, something remarkable happens. First, stress reduction. The constant anxiety of seeking validation disappears. Your nervous system actually calms down. Studies in emotional psychology show that people who depend on external validation experience chronic stress. These individuals don't. Second, stronger boundaries. When you're not desperate for love, you naturally become more selective. You recognize red flags faster. You won't tolerate disrespect because you respect yourself too much. Healthy boundaries are the foundation of healthy relationships. Third, increase self-worth. Your self-esteem stops fluctuating based on someone else's mood or interest. You build genuine confidence, not the fragile kind that depends on external approval. Fourth, energy for growth. Emotional energy is finite. When you're not spending it chasing someone, pursuing relationships, or recovering from rejection, you have it available for your passions, goals, and personal development. Fifth, emotional resilience. You learn to rely on yourself first. This doesn't make you cold, it makes you stable. And ironically, stability stability is magnetic. It attracts the right people. Here's the paradox. When you stop chasing love, you often become more attractive to genuine, healthy partners. Why? Because you project confidence, security, and self-respect. These are far more magnetic than desperation. There are a lot of false assumptions about people who've stopped chasing love. Let's debunk them. First myth, they're lonely. The reality is they're often the most connected people you'll meet, just not in desperate ways. They have meaningful friendships, pursuits, and a rich inner life. Second myth, they're incapable of love. Actually, quite the opposite. They're often better at love because they approach it from choice, not need. Love becomes complementary to their life, not essential for survival. Third myth, they're bitter or traumatized. Some may have experienced heartbreak, but they've processed it. They're not running from love. They're running toward themselves. Fourth myth, they'll die alone. Statistically, people who are content being single and focused on growth often attract better partners when they decide to date. Contentment is attractive. The real truth is these people aren't giving up on love. They're giving up on the unhealthy way they were pursuing it. And that's wisdom. Whether you're single, in a relationship, or somewhere in between, the psychology of people who stop chasing love teaches us something crucial about human connection. The healthiest relationships occur when love is wanted, not needed. Think about that. When both people enter a relationship from a place of choice because they want to share their life, not because they need someone to complete them, everything changes. There's less desperation, less manipulation, less anxiety, more respect, more authenticity, more actual love. These people understand that love is not a goal, it's a connection. Relationships thrive on mutual respect, not dependency. Your worth is not determined by your relationship status. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is choose yourself first. This is emotional intelligence in action, and it's exactly what you need to hear, because many of you are exhausted. You're tired of chasing, tired of compromising, tired of giving more than you receive. What if the solution isn't finding the right person? What if it's becoming the right person and doing that for yourself, not for them? I want to leave you with a reflection. Are you chasing love in ways that leave you anxious? That make you compromise your values? That depend on someone else's validation? That drain your energy? Or are you prioritizing your own growth, building emotional stability, engaging with life on your own terms? Creating a life where love is an addition, not a requirement. The psychology of this mindset isn't just about romantic relationships. It's about self-respect, patience, emotional independence. These are skills that will transform every area of your life. People who stopped chasing love didn't lose the ability to love. They enhanced it. They learned to love from a place of strength instead of neediness. So here's the truth. Stepping back from the chase isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Love can happen, but it happens best when it comes from choice, freedom, and self-respect. That's a kind of strength that chasing can never give. Next time you see someone who's stopped chasing love, or if you recognize this in yourself, don't pity them. Learn from them. Notice their clarity, their calmness, their peace. That's not apathy. That's mastery of emotional intelligence. If this video resonated with you, please like and subscribe to Mental Compass. We're exploring the psychology behind everything, your habits, your relationships, your success. Every video is designed to help you think more clearly and build a stronger mindset. Drop a comment. Are you still chasing or have you stepped back? What did that shift feel like for you? Thanks for watching, and remember, your mind shapes your reality. Let's point that compass in the right direction.